Hey, this is Manny of the Waste. This is part 2 of my mega farm let's build. Okay, so in this episode I decided to go on ahead and get lights and power out of the way, because we're gonna need at least 2 large generators, and we're gonna want to go ahead and fortify them to make it safe, so that way no Molotov cocktails take them out. Alright, so we're gonna just go ahead and get started by plopping the generators down. I decided to go ahead and put them on this back side right here because it already was close to the building, and it'd make an easy fortification for them. So we're gonna go ahead and plop down the 2 generators. We're gonna go ahead and kill 2 birds with 1 stone by plopping down 1 here. I'm sorry, we're gonna plop down our power conduits, 1 there and 1 up here towards the top. Thank you. Alright. So I found out that it's not a good idea to wire generators to generators. The game doesn't really recognize it. They have to be wired to individual pylons. Well, not individual, but to a pylon. So you could stack 14, 15 generators on a single pylon, but it still has to go to a pylon. Okay, so now that we have our power set up, I'm gonna go on ahead and get some fencing. I don't normally use the junk fence because it's kind of expensive, but it's just high enough and sturdy enough to protect them from those Molotovs. So this one's going to be a little tricky, so I'll be back once I get them placed. Okay, so we've got our walls set up on the outside to protect our generators, and we've run some power lines with the kinetic fusion out so that we got some power to the houses and to the auto defenses. So I like leaving just a little bitty area for access, and then getting myself a shack wall and just plopping it down. That way, just in case I gotta, get in there and repair the generators, because they can be damaged and it will happen. But if you have enough of them, it's okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go on ahead and put some power out to the area in the front where they live, or where they work, excuse me. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get a large pylon so I can go ahead and get a cipher from the original power source. So now that we're doing that, since the pylon was being that way, we're gonna need to, and we are out of power. With that move right there, we're out of copper. But we've pretty much done what we set out to do in this episode. We've got secure power blocked behind a nice junk fence. They could lob Molotov cocktails at it, but what's gonna happen is it's gonna be nice and tight back here, so there's not gonna be much room to throw. We've gotten 2 power pylons to bring power to the front, so that way we can set up a nice recreational area over here. Put us a nice radio, some tables, because you want your guys happy. If they're not happy, they're not gonna grow. And then we got a couple of lines started on the house. I'll go ahead and finish up most of the house wiring off camera, that way you guys don't have to see it. Although there will be a small portion of roof lighting a little bit later. So I'm gonna go restock and probably murder some things, but this is Manny of the Waste. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 3. Take care.